Zootopia, or Zootropolis if you live in the UK like myself, we call it Zootropolis for some reasons. Directed by Brian Howard and Rich Moore, and this is an animated film for Walt Disney Animation Studios from Disney. The film basically follows a rookie cop bunny named Judy Hopps who wants to make a difference, and she's joined side by side by a con artist fox named Nick Wilde to solve a case of conspiracy missing mammals, or predators as it's called. So since Zootopia 2 is out recently in the UK cinemas and of course around the globe, I haven't seen it yet. I will get a chance to see it at some point this week coming. I will get a chance to see it. I've heard nothing but rave reviews for that film, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it myself. Let's talk about the first one. I was about to save it for next year, but I just thought, let's just talk about it the way so we know we need to talk about that over the sequel, which is, let's talk about this one. This film was huge back nearly 10 years ago, and pleased to say, watching this again, even back in 2016, I actually enjoyed this film. I had fun with it. It's a lot of fun. The animation overall is beautiful, which the animation here is still great. It still holds up. It's very colourful. It has a unique style to it. I like the animation looks, and of course, everything's around this Zootopia, especially the world building in this film, which I'm really glad they show about the certain animals, their environments, and see everything about this film, this Zootopian world of, you know, just animals living in the city, kind of like we live in the city, but with animals, hybrid stuff. That's the right word to use, hybrid. Is that the right to use to call? And watching this now, it still holds up, not just because the animation holds up, it's the story holds up very well. I was invested in what's going on. I get a chance to see the whole story of it. It's basically set around Judy Hopps, who I mentioned about the plot of the film. Judy Hopps is voiced by Ginnifer Goodwin, I believe that's her name is. She does a great job voicing the character. She's a very likable lead, and you do get a chance to see her character. She wants to make a difference. She wants to prove herself that she can be a cop. That's what she wanted to be as a kid. And of course, when she goes to Zootopia or Zootropolis, she's works in the police department, especially towards her head chief of the police department, Chief Bogo, who's voiced by Idris Elba, which Chief Bogo is fun to watch. He's just such a fun character. He has that grump towards him. He just has that unique style, which I don't know why I describe him. He's really straight, but he has some sarcastic moments, especially in The Office, where he basically muttered the phrase of Frozen. Didn't mention the film, he just mentioned this stuff where it says that your magical stuff came true, so let it go. I gotta say, he has some funny moments here and there. And of course, you've got all these other various characters, and of course, the sidekick of the film, Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, he's just a fun character. Their chemistry between Judy and Nick, fun characters. They have their unique bind towards them. I don't know, it basically reminds me of Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. They have that chemistry, their friendship, and of course, you do see this here. Instead of like say who's better than the other, it's basically these two are basically Nick's a con artist and Judy trying to get out his BS, especially after he's been tricked by him by his supposing that he has a son, and he's basically trying to buy this big jumbo pop, use that as to get money to sell an ice pole thing, like a little ice lolly. And of course, you do see the two try to work together to solve this mystery case about all these animals that have been missing, basically predators that gone savage, which you try to find the story unfolds. Like, I kind of like the story here, and also the story is really, really straightforward. There's some fun stuff going with it, but the thing about this film that's so good is that it has that theme into it. It's supposed to be themes about racism and, you know, all these other stuff is going on behind the scenes, what's going on in our today's society, which I quite like the story of it. It really justifies what's going on. It gives you an idea how it makes you think, and makes you go, oh, so that's what it looks like. It could have supported that today, that stuff. It's all about, you know, trying to have civil rights, animal rights. You're trying to have both, you know, predators and mammals, you know, coexist together, because in the past they were separated, but then since now bond to come stronger, so they start to come together, and then they're trying, someone behind the scenes are trying to copy that stuff that's happened in the past to bring it back to today's society. So it's kind of like trying to think who did this or did that. And of course, you got all these other characters. You got these some really fun, wild characters, especially that cheetah who's basically at the police department office, who's basically eating a lot, an overweight cop. Yeah, he has his fun moments. It's just fun to watch. And of course, you have the most famous one from the Zootopia film. It's basically the sloth, especially Flash, who is the most... I think most people for the trailers want to see that for the trailer. Just for that film alone. It's the sloth. Basically, sloth scene is just hammy stitches in a way. It's just so funny to watch because the humor here is really funny, but the funniest part is the sloth. Flash the sloth, who just goes, "Hello, I'm Flash. How can I help you today. If I was an animal and seen the sloths, I would waste my patience on them because they're very slow workers. Probably slower than me, I think. You got all these very wacky characters. They have their funny moments. There's some funny scenes. Of course, the action scenes are fun to watch. There's some fun, quick action. It doesn't drag out. It just keeps the pace going. And the pacing here is actually really good. It keeps you engaged what's going on. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't burn out. It doesn't make you go, oh, can we just get to the point already? I'm messing with the story what's going on, but I have to say as a minor negative, it's just a wee minor one, is the villain. I would say that the twist villain to the movie is a little twist to it. Now, we all thought that is basically the mayor of the film, who's basically voiced by J.K. Simmons, who's basically the villain, but then it turns out to be basically towards Bellwether, who's basically wants to become mayor, so she take over his job, so basically he can have the power she wanted. Which, I will admit, Jay Slade does a good job voicing the character, but a problem is, the twist villain, how they handle it, it was just very out of sudden. Just towards the end, it was just like one quick, I went, huh? So that's the twist? Around the time watching it again, it does, I come across to appreciate it a little bit more. It does give you some ideas. Yes, I come to appreciate that twist, but then again, it's kind of a little bit dumb. It's kind of out of left field. It's just kind of felt like it was just right there. It just felt like it was just trying to make it have a shock value. Kind of go, oh, so he's the villain. I don't know why. It's just that weird twist. I don't know. I don't hate the twist, but I don't love it. It's just really, just come out of left field. It just felt like it was just jump out too soon, too quick. And of course, let's not forget Gazelle, who's voiced by Shakira. Yes, pop singer Shakira. And basically, she's not in the film that much. We do hear her voice now and again. And of course, she's in the soundtrack of the film, Try Everything, which is a song I do like. I do like listening to that song now and again. It's a very catchy song, very upbeat, and it's very uplifting as well. I wonder how much her song will be in this sequel. I'm kind of curious to know, because I know she does that for the sequel as well, which I'm very curious to know. All I can say about Zootropolis, it's a very fun movie. It's really fun. The characters are rich. The Judy and Nick are fun, dynamic together. And of course, you do have that story. It's very straightforward. Despite the twist villain, I was engaged. I love this film. I think it holds up very well. And it's especially all up nearly 10 years since this film came out. And it's a damn great Disney film. And this could be considered to be a classic in the future. I'm going to give Zootopia an A. Guys, comment down below and tell me, have you seen Zootopia? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright? Or do you absolutely hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Of course, I will be seeing Zootopia 2 very soon. Hopefully soon. I won't get a chance to see it this week. And of course, guys, stay tuned. I will be reviewing Avatar and Avatar Way of Water very soon. Especially Avatar Fire and Ash, which is coming out very, very soon. Which I cannot wait for. So let's talk about that very soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.